Hey guys, let's see, I have to get used to looking over here. So let me share the link and then we will talk all about, hello, how are you? We will talk all about Upwork. I have lots of good questions. Hello, Patricia. I'm going to try to catch comments. I can't guarantee though. All right, so I want to start very simply by saying there are some big differences in working for yourself directly through Upwork and working for an agency. And it's not a huge difference as far as pay. The difference is it's much easier to get in the door. Now, if an individual gets on Upwork and they start working, they're brand new to Upwork, that means that you have no ranking. You have nothing that shows your experience or a review or rating from from agencies or companies that are hiring you. Whereas if you come in with an agency, everyone who's hired at the agency under me has my top ranked freelancer badge and has all of my experience that I have with clients. So the first people who get to see that are the clients that I have worked with in the past. So if they are looking for further information about someone to do customer service and they know that I have years of customer service experience and I am vetting these people, they're going to trust my top ranked freelancer badge. Okay, so you're getting to use my experience to help you get in with a company. This becomes a big deal when you're really trying to land some big gigs. Let's see, number 2, I realized that Upwork charges fees to users. How does this play out for freelancers working with an agency? All right, so this is actually a very good question. Now, when you are a freelancer and you want to apply to a new position on Upwork, what you do is you actually have to pay for something called a connect. And it's like a token, and it takes so many tokens to apply for a position. Well, as an agency, I do that for you, and I also have the connects for you. You don't have to pay to apply to positions. I absorb that. Yes, Upwork does take a fee. If you earn, let's say $10 an hour, they take 20% of that for the first, I don't know the exact amount of time, and then they take 10%. I've been with them long enough and my income has been high enough that they only take 5% from me. So it's actually more beneficial for you to work with an agency than it is for you to work on your own when you're getting started. Does MotherWorks charge a commission to its agents? No. For connecting them to opportunities? No, I do not charge. I certainly understand and support this business model. Okay, I do not charge you to help you find a position at all. I don't charge for that. It depends on what type of gig. It depends on what type of job it is. Anywhere from 10 to 20%. However, when I quote a job, I always include that amount. So if you tell me, Samantha, I don't work for less than $10 an hour, well then every single job that I quote for you, I'm going to quote it $12 an hour in order to build in that fee for you. Okay? So I always try to build that in because I don't want anyone to ever get less than their worth. Okay? You'll find that as I bid jobs, many times I will bid them for higher than what you want to work for. Because a lot of the companies that we're looking for will pay more. And so I always try to take that into account. Now, the way that my business model works as far as Upwork agencies, there are 3 types of jobs that you may find in MotherWorks agency. Number 1 is going to be an off Upwork job. There are some opportunities that I find that I know are from legitimate companies that are not hiring through Upwork. They are just hiring. Some of these companies are traditional companies. I know Aspen is one, Sitel is one. I have worked for Sitel before. I worked for Sitel answering the phone. It was the easiest job I've ever had in my life, and it paid, I think, like $11.50 an hour, and I worked through December. It was to make Christmas money. It was easy. I was answering the phone for a coffee company. That was several years ago. There will be opportunities like that I will post. There will be opportunities of companies that I have personal friends that work in that may need a freelancer or a website designer or a logo designer, and I will post those as well. I don't make anything off of those, but one of the big things that I have found about freelancing is that I have to be able to, how do I say this? Make connections and improve my network. And that's an important part of the world that I live in, like in reality, is these networks. And then when I have my friend Bobby Sue over here who really needs a ghostwriter because she needs all these articles written and she doesn't have the time or the energy or the ability to get them done, but I know that Jane is a great writer and Molly Sue, or whatever I said her name was, is willing to pay her, then putting those two people together into a connection is a great way to help two people that I know. So I fully believe in building the network. The second type of job that you'll find at MotherWorks Agency is called an Upwork non-exclusive. Anyone that I add to the Upwork MotherWorks Agency is added under a non-exclusive contract. That means that you do not have to only work for me. Now, if we go into a situation that I'm going to use Anne. If you're in the MotherWorks Agency group, you'll know that Anne is absolutely one of my best friends. And let's say I find her a job answering the phone for a car company. And she does that. She gets a great review for it. And then she goes and finds herself her own job. That's cool. I post opportunities that are not through my agency. The third type of job that I post are agency positions. Those are positions that I bid on the job, and then I hire people to work those jobs. You will still work with the client, but I will be the one in charge of your hours, your pay, and etc. Okay? There's not going to be a ton of those, and I will make a small commission from businesses for those. You'll still be paid by Upwork, though. All right, let's see. Next set of questions. How are you paid? I am paid direct deposit every single week. I have been for 4.5 years now. I have never missed an Upwork deposit unless that day fell on a holiday. I typically get paid on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's see, hold on. I couldn't see that question. Does our rank on Upwork raise? The way it works is the more jobs you complete, the higher your completion rate, which gives you a ranking that means you can do more. Like mine is 92%, and mine was 100% for years, but it dropped to 92% because I had a contract that the client wouldn't answer me, and it dropped my ranking some. But we're talking like 6 months, never answered me. So I ended the contract and my ranking has gone back up. Or my, not ranking, what is that word? Completion rate. Have I ever had a problem getting paid? No. The only thing I would say is don't, like you have to upload your bank information, but do not delete all of your payment options to add a new one. Add a new one, then delete your old one, but I can walk you through all of that. Connects, I explained to that. If you have an hourly rate on your profile and they have the same amount that is higher, or they have an amount that is higher or lower, is that negotiable? That depends. One thing that I will say is when it comes to Upwork, make sure that you're not just shooting for the moon. Okay? putting $30 an hour down with the hopes that that's what you'll get when you've got 2 or 3 years experience isn't quite going to cut it for most fields. Now, I know that we have one guy who is a software developer, maybe? I'm thinking that's what it was. I'm sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. But if that's you, you know that you are of a higher demand and therefore the pay is higher. There will be jobs that you bid or I bid and the customer's like, hey, I'm looking for someone to do this job. It's only 10 hours a week, but I'll pay $13 an hour. Well, if your going rate's $20 an hour and you don't want that job, then you don't want that job. If you'll take it for that amount, then you'll take it for that amount. Pay week runs Monday through Sunday, and then the way it works is what I'm paid for this week will go into review next week, and then I get paid the next week. So you get paid 2 weeks after it's done. Do I recommend doing a video for your profile? I never have. I have a picture posted. I have never, ever done a video for my profile. Now, I have done video chats as interviews for some. I'm working right now on a contract with a company that I'll be looking for 3 to 4 different people to work with if I land the contract. And I'll do video calls for interviews in those because the important thing about those is you have to be able to present yourself in a very professional manner on the phone. Now, I'm going to tell you, I hate working phone contracts. So I will get an invitation to apply, and as soon as it says phone contract, done. I don't do them. I hate them. I don't like phone contracts because I don't really enjoy talking on the phone. In most situations, there are a few that I will apply anyway. Let's see, next question. Yes, I do currently work on Upwork. It's like, do you work on Upwork? How long have you been there? And do you really make money at this? Yes, I have been with here for 4.5 years. I've worked with some very successful companies. I've had 2 invitations to move across the country, to join offices in California. I'm not leaving where I live in Alabama, so those were options that didn't really work for me. I have worked with everything from motorcycle companies to, let's see, what was the weird one? Oh, there was a company, like, I can't give specifics because you have to sign do not, yeah, just a second. Geez, guys, I just forgot where I was at completely. Software engineer. Awesome. Thank you, Tobias. Let's see. I'll come back to what I was thinking in a second. I went off on a tangent. I don't know if you explained it yet, but how does this process work of working with you? Basically, I will bid a contract as a contractor, and then I will hire people to work that contract. If I post a job in the group, it's just a job opening that I found that I think is a good starter contract. There are a lot of contracts that people from Amazon will be like, hey, I want you to review this product. Will you do it? Will you, if I send it to you? Hey, Monique! Guys, Monique is one of my OG followers. She's been with me a while. Yeah, phone contracts aren't my favorite, but I will do them. All right, so I've been with this company 4.5 years. I've been doing Upwork with them. I am now an agency, as most of you know. Yes, if you work a contract with me, then you would work for me. You would be paid through Upwork, though. Now, why is it important to select payment verified contracts? This is so important, and I heard a horror story this week of someone who lost over $300 in work because she did not work for someone who was payment verified. We have to remember that, like every industry, there are scammers and crammers and all this kind of stuff, right? And there are companies out there who want to send you a check for $5,000 and you go buy office equipment, and this is all non-verified because it's all fake. All right? Payment verified means that they have a payment method on file with Upwork. The business has been verified. Now, you will get companies who will ask you to interview, and they may be legitimate companies. But let me tell you something. Do not work off of Upwork unless the company is willing to do your taxes. Yeah, see, don't do that. Don't do that, Aisha. Aisha, I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Patricia, it depends if it's a legitimate company, then probably. And I've had to pay for a background check, and then like after 2 or the three pay cycles, they give it back to you. If they hire you and you know you have the job, and then you have to take a class, are they paying you for the class and then you have to pay for the actual class? Yeah, there's options there. If it's a legitimate job, I would probably do it. Let's see. Let me go back to comments real quick. Oh, it's my first time doing live on my tablet, and I think my timing is off. How long can a contract last? It can last anywhere from a few hours, or it can last for years. Now, there are 2 types of contracts. Number 1 is called a milestone contract. Milestone contracts are where, let's see, I want Tobias to, I'm going to use you, let's say, program a website for my pencil. And I say, when we get this, this, and this done, I'll pay you half, and when it's complete, I'll pay you the other half. Or you can do what's called a time contract. Time contracts require having a computer. Now, Upwork has its own app that you log into, and in order to make sure that you're actually working, it has a random screen checker. The screen checker will flash on the screen and show up in your time. So if you're working for me, I can look through there and see, oh, she spent 40 minutes on Facebook, and I can dispute that time. So it's very important that you're honest, that you're actually completing the work as you're supposed to, because they do have ways to check it. Okay. Let's see. I've had a contract that I was literally in for a day, and then my longest contract, I've been in the same contract for more than 2 years. And it works. Now, also remember this, Upwork doesn't take taxes out. I won't be taking taxes out. You have to pay your own taxes. You're working for yourself. Hey, baby. My dog came in here. She's freaked out right now. Doesn't feel good. So, these are things that we have to take into account. These are things that we need to be aware of. Taxes is something you are responsible for. I'm going to try to later, maybe toward January, before tax season really kicks off, to reach out to an accountant and see if we can't do a video about how to do your taxes as a freelancer. I think that is something that's very much needed. Let's see. Any other questions that have been posted to the Facebook page? No. Anyone have any other questions? How fast is placement? It completely depends. I have had some jobs that the placement, we agreed that I would accept the job that morning. I had a contract by lunchtime and I was working that afternoon. I've had other jobs where I agreed to take the job on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and started on Monday. There's a lot of variables that you don't really know the answer to until you start working with the company. A lot of the company are smaller startup companies. A lot of them may say, well, right now I only need 5 hours a week, but our company is growing quickly. I may need more. And it just kind of escalates from there. Let's see. Let's see. So reviews, or not reviews, reports. You can keep track of how many hours you worked for the week. I would like, if you have an Upwork profile, I would like for you to send me the link to your profile. because I'm going to do a Zoom on sometime later in this week where I want to look at profiles and give tips about helping with it. Okay? I'm looking right here at job listings. Virtual assistant is a big one. Needed to help manage schedule and help my customer service department. Logo design, presentation design, Photoshop work, data entry and maintenance. That's an easy one. Writer, ghost writer, logo and branding for electrical tech company. Yep, I would like for you to attempt to fill out the profile. Fill it out to the best of your knowledge. Some tips really quick. Remember to, 1, be professional. Okay? Number 2, don't lay claim to something you can't do. I'm not going to go on there and say I'm an accountant because I can't. I would fail so fast. And you don't want, while you want the job, you want jobs that you're capable of. And that's really important. If you maybe have worked on Excel before, or Microsoft Word, or Google Docs, anything like that, put that in there. I'm going to be posting some links in the next few days to some Skillshare classes. Skillshare is a program online where you can take refresher courses in basic software like Excel, PowerPoint, Photoshop, things like that. It costs like 99 cents. The first month is free, and then you go from there, and I think it's 99 cents a month. It's really worth it. The first month is, Aisha, wait until I send you the link, because I've kind of worked out a special deal with that. Let's see. Do many service calls, customer service jobs need a landline? No. I've never had one that needed a landline or special equipment. Everyone I've ever worked with used voice over IP. And so I had one that I had to have a headset for, but I already had one. And I just made calls through their dialer, which was on the computer. Most of these companies are going to supply you with everything you need on your, it'll be links to websites. Some popular websites that we use a lot are Zendesk, Freshdesk, Slack, Skype, Google Docs, those type things. And I'll send you Rocket Chat, a landline. Some online jobs will. Like even when I worked with Sitel, we didn't. Now they shipped us a computer and a headset and everything that we needed, but we did not have to have a landline. It was all done voice over IP. All right, guys, we've got 2 minutes. Any more questions? I will be in the group most of this week. Thursday, I will be gone for family all day, and then we will be... I posted in the group a list of times for us to schedule the first Zoom seminar where we are going to look at Upwork profiles, how to enhance your profile, and how to, in general, attract better clients. Better clients, more higher paying clients. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Tobias. I look forward to talking to you. Make sure that you're following Aisha when it comes to what's going on in the group chat. I will try to include you as much as I can to remember to add you in the email. I specifically need to talk to you because I do have 2 projects that I am going to bid at the end of the week that have to do with computer engineering. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Time to do dinner and get ready for Thanksgiving. If you have any questions, concerns, you know how to reach me. I will be in the MotherWorks Upwork agency. If you can't reach me, remember I am, for the most part, 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, and then I will pop in as needed when I have a little free time. Until next time, guys, always remember the 3 things that I say. Number 1, your life is worth the time it takes to better yourself. Number 2, you are worth the time it takes to better yourself. And number 3, know that you are loved. Bye, guys. Oh, I can't find the close button. Oh, Lord. How do I close this thing?